Hey guys, so much interesting video in Wild Rift. So they're back with a very interesting one, another Twitch supplementary guide, and or not another, but it's another Twitch video, and I believe the first Twitch supplementary guide. But today we're gonna be taking a look at AP Twitch. AP Twitch is a little bit of a weird one. I think that Crit Twitch is most definitely better in my opinion because he scales way better. But AP Twitch definitely works. It's just that I don't see why you would build AP Twitch when you could just go Crit Twitch. I mean, the reason is obviously because your team needs AP. But we're going to go over what the AP Twitch build is. And later on when we're talking about the gameplay, we're going to discuss more about how AP Twitch works and why it is good. And what benefits you get from AP Twitch over AD Twitch. Because there are quite a number. So, first up, we go for Nash's Tooth. This gives us attack speed, ability power, ability haste, as well as on-hit magic damage. Now this is a beautiful item for Twitch because even with AP Twitch, you're still focused on auto-attacking and you're still focused on stacking up your poison and of course you getting that big burst with your E. So this attack speed of course allows you to get your poison onto people and of course start building your AP with the ability power as well as the on-hit magic damage, which of course does scale at 15% of your AP, which of course will scale later on in the game. Then we go for Riftmaker, gives you more ability haste, more AP, a little bit of health, just a little bit, and Omnivam. So Omnivam is really useful because of course Twitch does AD damage. He's building AP, he deals AP damage with the Nash's Tooth, and his poison deals true damage. So with the Omnivam, you can get of course healing from all of those, and of course when the Void Corruption passive on Riftmaker also deals true damage, which of course increases the damage every 3 seconds and eventually becomes true damage. So this gives you more damage as well as sustain. Then I like to go for the Boots of Fear because, as I said, defensive boots don't really work on Twitch because he's too squishy anyways. There's no need for Lucidity boots, and we don't need Gluttonous Greaves because we already have healing from Riftmaker. So Boots of Fear gives you the movement speed to sort of just run around and, you know, help you kite around in fights. Of course, the enchant generally is Stasis. And then we go for Death Cat, the standard AP third item. Gives you a huge injection of AP as well as increasing your AP by 40%. Of course, huge 3-item power spike. And then we like to go for Runan's Hurricane next. And Runan's Hurricane gives you mainly, the main thing it gives you is two things. Firstly, it's attack speed. And secondly, it's of course being able to attack 3 people at the same time to put your poison on 3 people. You don't really care about the crit at all because obviously this is an AP build and crit doesn't really matter at all. But the attack speed and the Wind's Fury passive is really what you're after. Mainly the Wind's Fury passive, to be very honest, because this allows you to apply your poison onto 3 people at one go, and in combination with your ult could be even more. And yeah, so finally for the last item, you go for Liandry's Torment. And the reason why you go for this is because it gives you a bit of health, a bit of ability power, but the Torment, which is of course when you damage an enemy, you will of course deal magic damage and it's percent max health magic damage as a burn over the next 3 seconds. So this of course is good for shredding tanks, number 1. But number 2, because Twitch's poison applies for a couple of seconds, it's going to consistently refresh the Liandry's passive. So if you actually get to the point where you get Liandry's, you're already at full build anyway. So that the poison is going to be dealing a ton of damage because the poison scales with AP. And then the Liandry's burn is going to scale with AP as well and continuously refresh until your poison runs out. So this is going to burn them for a lot. And that's basically how this build kind of works. And for the runes, you still go for Lethal Tempo because again, you're still trying to attack people and apply the stacks. You still go for Hunter Vampirism because healing is always going to be good. Bone Plating is the same as well for survivability, and Hunter Genius is the same as well to get your cooldowns back up more faster. Spells are also the same with Ghost and Flash. Again, Exhaust doesn't really matter simply because Twitch cannot really 1v1 or fight anybody at all unless you really need Exhaust for like assassins in like the later stages of the game where like there's an Akali or a Kha'Zix trying to go for you. But in general, I think Ghost is going to be better just for better positioning and better movement. So all that out the way, let's look at the gameplay. Okay, so let's take a look at the gameplay now. First things first, when do you want to go for AP Twitch? Basically, more or less never, because I've only picked AP Twitch this match because my team sort of only has like Singed for AP, which Singed doesn't do a lot of AP damage anyways, and yeah, so, you know, since sort of a weird playstyle, he's not a reliable source of AP damage, so I decided to go for AP Twitch. And the only reason I decided to do that is to test out how good AP Twitch is. And I felt that he wasn't very good. If you really need to go for AP damage on your team, don't pick Twitch. Like, pick like a Corki, AP Varus, something else that's not Twitch, basically. AP Twitch isn't really that good. Like, it's perfectly serviceable, I guess you could say, but I just think that the crit version of Twitch scales just so much better. And I think that, you know, that just basically makes it such that crit Twitch is so much better. Okay, so what are the benefits of AP Twitch? Well, first up, your poison on your passive scales with AP. So basically what that means is your poison is going to be dealing more damage, and that is of course a good thing. Yeah, your poison of course does scale with AP, so that's basically one of the main benefits of AP Twitch. The second main benefit of AP Twitch is the slow on your W scales with AP. So basically, when you toss out that your W, people are gonna get slowed more. And you can really start feeling this only after like Death Cap mainly is when I really start feeling it. But the slow increase is noticeable, so you will start to notice you're slowing people a lot more, and that is really useful for not just you but also for your team. So the slow is going to help you like catch up to people, and of course just run away more easily, that sort of deal. I mean, it's a slow, so you guys obviously know you know, the benefits of a slow. But basically on AP Twitch, you want to max E first as usual, but you want to max your W second instead of maxing Q second, because you want your W to be ranked up higher and get like, you know, better slows, shorter cooldown on W, etc. And that's really the only real difference in playing AP Twitch and AD Twitch. In terms of playstyle, it's really almost exactly the same. You want to be, you know, sneaking around like a rat and just assassinating people when you need to, playing at the back of team fights and just DPSing when you need to, and basically you play literally the same as you would normally when you play Twitch. And the only difference is that you are building AP and you do more AP damage than you would if you were building AD Twitch. So here, you know, just normal Twitch stuff. We surprise someone, you know, get a quick trade and just back off. Tristana put her bomb onto the minion, which is why I'm kind of taking the trade, because she doesn't really do so much damage without her bomb, and we just trade a little bit and that's it. We know that Twitch in the early game is really, really weak, and you cannot really do so much in the early game with Twitch. So we're just sort of hanging around, farming it up. And yeah, so honestly, aside from the explanation on why AP Twitch, what are the benefits of AP Twitch and why I've picked him, honestly, this is just a pretty standard Twitch gameplay. There's really nothing too interesting about it, but since, you know, we haven't really covered Twitch too much on this channel, we did one Twitch jungle and one Twitch complete guide, obviously with the 80 crit Twitch. I guess it's only our third Twitch gameplay, so we haven't really seen him like too much, haven't seen too much gameplay of him, so we can really kind of see how we play Twitch. Anyways, here we managed to get hit by the tornado when we're invis, but you just look at this, we are ulting and we're just blasting the Janna. But look at this, we're not doing any damage, we're not even out damaging her ultimate. So now we find ourselves in trouble. Of course, Tristana is blasting us. We're gonna have to flash away, and Lulu nearly dies as well, but we both do manage to survive. And yeah, you can sort of see the problem with Twitch in the early game, which is basically the fact that he just does no damage. So after that encounter, we're just gonna pick a couple of items. Obviously, you want to go for the Stinger first before you go for the Fiendish Codex. Of course, so that you can get your attack speed earlier, which is of course more important than just random AP, which is not gonna help you too much in the earlier stages of the game. Anyways, here again, we're just gonna farm, nothing too much happening in this match. It's sort of a little bit hard to play as a Twitch, because Twitch is a hyper carry with no mobility. So the main people we gotta watch out for is basically everybody on the team. Like, there is really no main person, because Fizz can come and assassinate us really easily. We can't do too much against him. Shyvana is unstoppable in her ult, and Olaf is unstoppable as well, so he can just run straight at us. Tristana can easily jump in on us, so basically the whole enemy team is a threat. Anyways, here you can see once again that AP Twitch, or Twitch in general, just does no damage. Here I get saved by Lulu's ultimate. If not, I would have died to the Tristana ulti there. But thankfully, we have Lulu with the ulti to, of course, save me, and I'm gonna back and get myself the Nash's Tooth. But yeah, once again, Twitch does no damage in the early game. Like, the only reason why I'm not like getting punished harder for like taking fights in the early game is because I have a Lulu with me, who of course can ult me, can shield me, and can protect me. So I can sort of play a little bit more aggressively than I normally would. But anyway, even so, I'm not really getting anything done. Here I'm just stealthing to see if I can help out with this dragon. We do have our jungler Wukong here, and Lulu is here as well. Wukong tries to flash in for the ultimate. I'm going in with my spray and pray, and I do manage to secure the kill on Janna with that. The enemies are sort of just over the wall here, so I'm just blasting wherever I can. Shyvana hops into the pit, and we're blasting her as well. Fizz is left on really low HP, and even after the expunge, she does survive. Lulu flashes over and basically just runs him down while the rest of us pick up the dragon. So overall, it was a really favorable fight at the dragon for us. We got a kill and 2 assists, which of course is always going to be a good start for Twitch. Basically, in the early game, like pre 10 minutes, if you're not dying and you're getting like kills and assists, basically you're doing well. So on Twitch, as long as you're not dying and you're just contributing to team fights, even if you're only getting assists, you're definitely going to be doing well. So here, by the way, is the invisible Twitch recall, which I forgot to mention about in my Twitch complete guide that somebody did point out in the comments. But yeah, so Twitch, one of the tricks you can do with Twitch is if you press Q and then recall immediately before you turn invisible, you will recall while invisible. Now, I will say that this feature is, of course, it's a good thing for Twitch, but it's not as useful as you think, because obviously when enemies walk near you, they can still see the eye sign that you are nearby. So if you can't like recall in the middle of a lane while invisible. If you know, it will get you killed if the enemies find you, because they can find you, especially if they have AoE abilities. So you still want to recall in a safe position anyway. So recalling while invisible is pretty nice, pretty sweet when you first find out about it, but after you really think about it, it really isn't all that helpful anyways. But it's just a nice thing to know about, because of course a lot of people will know about that as well. Anyways, majority of the enemy team is down contesting the Herald. 2 people on the enemy team are dead already, and here me and Lulu can easily just go for the tower, and we end up trading the Herald for getting first tower, which is always a trade you want to take. So we do pick up the entire first tower, and we're going to clear out the minion wave, and then we can back. So as you guys can see, if you don't do the trick, and you're invisible and you channel recall, you break out of your invisibility for the recall. So you have to press Q then recall immediately for the trick to work. I wasn't trying to do the trick there, I was just trying to use the invisibility for the extra movement speed to walk under the tower. But if you were trying to do the trick, you do have to press Q recall immediately. Right, so anyways, here I'm walking back to lane. Lulu isn't with me because she's defending mid. Here I'm popping the ulti just to... actually, I'm not even popping the ulti. What am I talking about? Or do I? No, I do not. I'm just basically just not popping the ulti, but I'm popping the invisibility to get a little bit of damage onto the Janna and just scare her off a little bit. I mean, honestly, a Twitch with like 1.5 item is not really all that threatening, but it's better than doing nothing. So I'm just trying to shove them off the tower, which I do manage to do. I'm gonna roam over to mid, where it looks like a fight might break out. Olaf is coming from one side, and the other side has the bot lane. Olaf and the bot lane are down chasing the Akshan, so me and Lulu are going to rotate over to the fight. Fizz also on the way down, so huge team fight, looks like it's about to break out. Here I'm still in stealth. I'm going to pop the ulti and throw my cask, and here I'm trying to focus the Olaf first. Kill him with the expunge. I flash forward to get the kill onto Janna, or rather Singe does get the kill onto Janna, but I get instantly bursted and destroyed afterwards. Now the big mistake there was flashing forward, because I didn't have the support of Lulu, who of course was behind me, so that was kind of a mistake. Should have just walked forward and waited for the Lulu to help me out so that I don't die, because she still had ult. And yeah, so a little bit too aggressive there on my part, so we end up dying for it. 2, 1, and 4 now, so not doing too bad. We got the Riftmaker second item as well completed already. Our Akshan is 5, 1, and 5, so he's really fed. He's doing really well. And we do have a really solid front line with the Singed and the Wukong, assuming that they are all fighting with us. And we also have a Lulu to buff us up. So in terms of team comp, our team comp is looking really good for playing a hyper carry like Twitch. Over here. So here anyways, Singe gets into a fight with the Twitch. But again, I don't do too much damage yet, so even after the expunge, Twitch only goes down to half health, and the Singe barely survives the Fizz ultimate. Here you can see multiple members of the enemy team on the left side, and we're just basically just trying to see if we can do anything. Nothing too much, I'm just going to get the minion and auto attack the Tristana once. Lulu shields me so that the Tristana bomb does a lot less damage. The enemy team all appears to be roaming towards top, so in the meanwhile the three of us are just pushing out mid. Looks like the enemy team is going for the top tower. Wukong is going over, so is Singe, and me and Lulu and Akshana following closely behind. Basically our whole team is roaming up to top. Wukong goes in on Shyvana, whereas the rest of us go the long way around and decide to focus Fizz as well as Olaf instead. Here Singe picks up the kill onto Fizz, and here I'm getting the resets on my stealth, so I'm hopping forward, blasting away at the Shyvana while she's blasting other people, and here I'm gonna blast down the Tristana, I believe, next, giving me the double. With the reset, I'm gonna run towards Janna, but because of the fact I don't have boots, I can't catch up to her, and I don't manage to get the W on her for the slow. Of course, one of the drawbacks of going to complete full items first is the fact you don't have boots. I was thinking that my movement speed on my Q would be enough to kind of cancel that out, but I mean it kind of is, but not in this instance. So anyways, we're not gonna back, and we're gonna pick up some boots so that this won't happen anymore. There we go, Boots of Fear, as well as the stasis for, of course, the safety as well as the extra movement speed. So here there's a huge wave in the bottom lane, so I'm just going to head over here and just go ahead and clear out this huge wave using the expunge onto the wave to, of course, just clear it faster. Here I can see a fight sort of breaking out, so I'm just leaving my poison to take care of the minion for me. And here I'm going to just stealth when I get near the fight so the enemy team doesn't know I'm here. I'm just going to wait around and see if anything can happen. Nothing can really happen, so I'm just going to attack the Herald. I happen to attack the eye of the Herald, which ends up giving me the Herald, which is not what I really wanted, but anyways, the fight ends up breaking out after the Herald. Wukong gets the pick onto Shyvana, and the fight sort of continues. Here I'm trying to chase down for Fizz and Olaf, popping the ult here to get the extra range to blast them while they're under tower. I managed to get quite a number of stacks on them, but don't quite manage to really kill. I pop the Herald to use the Herald to dive, although the minion wave is coming in. I stealth again, but turns out there's no dive to be had because Fizz just walks straight at me, so I'm just gonna auto him twice and use the expunge to secure the kill. With the enemy team low and with Fizz dead, we can use the Herald to push down another tower. So using the Herald to get 2 towers, pretty nice over here. And here we're just going to clear out the minion wave, and we're going to just back and just pick up some components to start building towards the Death Cat. Anyways, a fight ends up breaking out here, so we don't end up backing, we end up helping out with the fight. Olaf goes unstoppable, but he's thankfully not targeting me. He's going for the Wukong, so I'm just blasting him down in the meanwhile. I flash forward to secure the kill onto the Shyvana, and then the Janna appears to just be standing around, so she ends up donating a free kill. Maybe she was typing, or maybe she had lost internet connection, something like that, but we end up getting another free kill. After that, I'm going to get the red buff from the enemy side. I'm going to back and pick up both components of my Death Cap, which of course, when we get the Death Cap power spike, we're going to be doing a lot more damage. Just in general, obviously with that much more AP, the unhit damage from the Nashor's Tooth is also going to be a lot stronger. So that just all makes sense. So here, just going to clear out the minion wave once again. Of course, being an ADC, just clearing out the minion wave. Use expunge to transfer the poison over to the other minion to make it easier to clear. Another red buff is up, but my red buff still has half of its duration, so I wanted Singe to actually take it. But since Singe did not take it, I'm just going to get the red buff and refresh the duration to full. And then looks like the whole enemy team is sort of just randomly in the mid lane, just grouped together. Not quite sure why, but my team isn't exactly in a position where we are fighting them, so they're just kind of walking together as a unit. Anyways, they're now all obviously on the right side toward the Baron area, so we suspect that they might be like just randomly doing a Baron, but we see Olaf on the wave, so that shouldn't really be the case. But either way, now that my team is together, we can sort of look for a fight here because our team is obviously stronger. I pop the ulti, I'm just trying to blast the Janna down. Lulu ends up getting the kill on Janna. I get the reset and start kiting away. Olaf focuses the Lulu, So I'm going to focus the Olaf and pick up the kill onto him. Tristana tries to jump away, but with the help of the stealth and the slow, and we end up just diving her and she does go down. So now this leaves our team with 4 members alive and with Baron up. So this should be a free Baron because the whole enemy team is dead. Singe does go and end up pushing the mid lane instead. Don't really think he can get that inhibitor tower before the enemy team respawns because he doesn't do too much AD damage, but we shall see. We're momentarily about to get the Baron, so the Baron minions might actually help him get that inhibitor tower. So here, Wukong secures the Baron and we are going to back. Only Janna has respawned, but Singe does indeed manage to pick up the inhibitor tower with the help of the Baron minion, so that's great for us. I managed to pick up the death cap as well as half of the components for the Runan's Hurricane. So obviously with the death cap major power spike, we're going to be doing a lot more damage. The next dragon is coming up really soon. Singe is sort of getting into a fight with the entire enemy team, but he does have the Rylai, so the enemy team is going to have a hard time chasing him. Here I just here waiting to see if we can back him up. Tristana is flung toward my team. Olaf is the first target, so I'm just going to blast him down. We all get knocked up by the Janna. But however, we do manage to secure the double kill onto her. And here we're going to secure the triple kill onto the Fizz. And honestly, any team surrender right here. But if they didn't, I think this would have been a pentakills. Seems to be a trend when we're playing Twitch that we're always so close to getting pentakills, but we always don't end up getting it. But anyways, you can see the stats. I'll leave you guys with the stats as usual. AP Twitch still does decent damage, still does well, but I just think AD Twitch is better. So all that out the way, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and goodbye.